The defenses must hold until reinforcements can relieve the city. Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to another glorious online battle replay. Today we are back in Medieval Kingdoms 1212 with an epic 3 vs 3 scenario engagement. So in today's scenario we have a very interesting setup. We have two reinforcement armies being led by Serbia and Bulgaria as they try to lift the siege of this Croatian town. Besieging the town itself, we have the forces of Hungary, Venice, and Epirus. So it's going to be an all-out Balkan brawl. I mean, the Balkans have always been relatively peaceful, but not today. And obviously, if you didn't get that was sarcasm. So the scenario is obviously that they're defending. These two reinforcement armies will enter the battle a little bit into it, and they'll be trying to kind of attack the attackers and stop them from really breaching into the city. But for the attackers, their goal is obviously to break the defenses of the city and then make their way to the capture point and take that, and then kind of flip the defenses over to against the oncoming reinforcements. They can use the walls, the towers, and also the gates against these reinforcement armies. So it should be pretty goddamn exciting. For most of the units that are being brought as well, we have kind of like, I think, tier 1 and tier 2 units, which should be pretty fun. Yeah, they said that there's only tier 1 and 2 units in this, so there's not going to be any super late game units. It's going to be a kind of lower tier, lower armored game, which I think is very exciting. We also have a whole battery of cannons back here as well, which are going to be opening up on the city any second now. This is going to leave some serious dents for sure. We also have the fire throwers as well, the flamethrower units as well, the Greek fire units, which I'm really looking forward to seeing how they perform in this engagement. But for the most part, we're going to just go ahead and wait for the battle to get started. Obviously, we have the two reinforcement armies being led by a lot of archers and infantry, and obviously that cavalry is going to be invaluable as they do move in. Obviously, we've got Bulgaria right here, and as we move our way over to the right flank, we have the forces of Serbia as well. And if you guys are enjoying this, be sure to go ahead and drop a like and a comment down below. Let me know if you want to see more custom battles like this. Subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, let's just get this bad boy started. Okay, so it looks like the battle is now getting underway, and it will be initiated with these cannons unloading onto the wall, trying to make breaches, taking down parts of the towers and the defenses, as well as opening gates and burning the city. It's going to be a pretty brutal volley into the city. You can also see that the reinforcements seemingly are already moving, so I guess they weren't going to have any grace period. It was just they go straight away, and there we go, the cannons firing. I imagine trying to take out this tower straight away. A lot of the shots do fall, but I imagine these, well, maybe not. But basically, they teleported through, and I'm lucky that no units were standing right here. As you can see, the impact craters of them cannons looking pretty deadly. Rest of this infantry just moving, yeah, so it doesn't seem like they can just move their forces immediately to go ahead and make safe the city that you can see beautifully in the distance. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what the attackers do. Are they going to turn around to look to 2v1 this army? Are they going to commit to the siege? It's going to be very interesting to see what the players do decide to do in this battle. And it seemingly does look like they're going to send or kind of like two players to go and assault the city. And then everyone else is going to turn around and try and deal with this as their reinforcements. Yeah, their reinforcements have turned around. They've got some crossbows, which are very close to being into range. Numbers-wise as well, this is a pretty goddamn huge battle as well. We have over 16,000 soldiers, which is pretty crazy. As the battle lines do get closer and closer to one another, the Hungarians and also the Serbians are advancing to aid their ally. Oh, we also have some of the Bulgarian horse archers. The Bulgarians have some really good lancer cavalry, which can also shoot off shots before getting stuck into the battle. So they're going to be volleying off, probably trying to take out a few of these knights to soften up the assault. However, the Venetian cavalry is going to be preparing itself. They've got an artillery strike coming in. Oh, that was almost a direct hit. And they're going to be chasing down off the Bulgarian cavalry. And then the Venetians are going to go back to their defenses. The siege towers are being advanced bit by bit. It seems like they've been halted. But I imagine, yeah, the towers have been taken down. So I imagine it's only a matter of time until a breach is created as well. Yeah, it seems like right here would be the perfect place for their breach. And the attacking side is kind of now on the defensive as they look to go ahead and repel the reinforcements. Because as long as they can stop these defenders from getting inside the city, that's what they really, really need to do. Because it'd be kind of crazy, right, if the reinforcement armies managed to break through this right-hand side. I'm not sure who it is. This is Hungary? Yeah, they managed to break through the Hungarians and then just got, like, all their armies through this gate and then you kind of just use the defenses to repel. Because if they can get inside the city, it's going to be almost impossible to break them and repel them from that. More of the siege towers now being advanced. These brave men, the Epirates. Is Epirate the right word? Being ready. Oh, the artillery is coming in though. Man, imagine if you were just at the top and you'll just start to smell burning. That would not be good. They've got some really good infantry up here. This infantry does a great job as they throw javelins before getting stuck in, so it kind of just is an added bonus to their damage. And the missiles are now going back and forth now. The artillery coming in, getting a huge hit in the background right there. That was a really nice shot. These archers are going to be, you know, firing off, looking to try and take out the Pavese Italian crossbowmen. Once again, that looks pretty cool. 1212 has some really nice looking, you know, units. And it just looks awesome to have the Bulgarians and the city in the distance. And obviously we have Medieval 2 music as well, which is, you know, what's not to love. Over on this side with the Hungarians. Obviously the Hungarians are over here, but the archer fire is going back. So a lot of skirmishing going off, not too much, you know, stuff being committed. Oh, it does seem like there's going to be a cavalry engagement though. The Hungarian knights are going to be going in against the Serbians. And they're going to be clashing. And honestly, I don't know who's going to win these engagements with the cavalry. It seems like the Hungarians took the charge off. But they do have spearmen quickly getting involved in this battle, which will probably start turning the tide back into their favor. But I generally don't play too much with these lower tiers, so I don't always know. Oh, we're getting a sally forth as well. This is huge by the Croatians, charging out and demolishing the artillery and the cannons. This is so good for them. These are expensive units, and this is a really smart maneuver here by the Serbians. They don't want to just sit inside the settlement. Obviously, they want to keep the defenses and they don't want to give up the city, because if they lose the city centre, it's over. But to use your cavalry to come out and hit them is a really smart decision. And now we're getting more of the Croatian cavalry going in wedge formation. They're going to be charging into this battle, looking to go ahead and devastate the cavalry engagements. And this is something that the attackers desperately need to win. Very much a back and forth right now. The archers are still fighting. It seems like this unit right here of the Saxon militia halberds have just been demolished by the missile fire. And that cavalry engagement as well has just caused them so many issues. The cavalry going in once again. And I think maybe some Venetian cavalry needs to come over here to aid this, because right now the defenders are just demolishing the battlefield. And some of the siege towers have now reached the walls. God, this battle is all go. This is a really awesome battle so far. So guys, if you are enjoying it, drop a like and a comment. And what the hell is that? Does Epirus have flaming siege towers? What the hell is that? Is that like a flamethrower siege tower? Can someone please let me know in the comments down below what the hell that is? That seems insane. Is that just a siege tower which just blows out fire as it gets closer to the walls? Man, that is wild. It doesn't really sound like it's the best probably thing to have on a wooden siege tower, but still. Do any of the other ones have it? This one has it. When it gets closer to the wall, we'll have a look at that, because I want to see if it like shoots out fire as it gets closer. The artillery coming in as well and still bombarding parts of the wall as well. And the infantry lines are getting ready to clash. The artillery coming in, trying to disrupt the battle line. Seeming like all of them did miss. And now we're going to have the Venetian foot infantry charging in against the Balkan spear line. And it seems like even though these Italians are kind of lower tier, they're doing a very good job of being armoured. You've got a lot of mail, you've even got some plate on them as well. So even with the archers, you know, firing overhead, I think the Italian infantry will just outclass their Balkan counterparts. Similar fighting going on. There's also some pretty big cavalry engagements, but it seems like the Bulgarians, their Cuman cavalry is just not up to par with the Italian knights, and you can already start to see the lines starting to break, the Italians just ripping through them. That's pretty scary, because if they lose that, they might have to commit their kind of rear guard immediately, and oh wow, what an artillery strike that was. That was brutal, killing a lot more of the own Italians than anything else. Oh crap, let's get back to the tower. Is it firing? What's going on with this? Because it has men like operating it. Is it gonna shoot? I'm so curious about this. Or is it just there for show? It looks like it's working because there's people operating it. Is he doing? Yeah, he's pumping. He's pumping. Is it gonna shoot or what? I'm really curious. Or is it just? Because I think once it kind of puts down the ladder, it's not gonna do anything. I assume it's supposed to shoot. But maybe because it's now at a weird angle, it's not going to. Oh, one of the generals has been slain. That's pretty big stuff right there. Is it a Venetian general? It is the Hungarian king has been slain. Oh, that is wild. And now we're going to have the Croatian cavalry moving, the Serbian cavalry, sorry, moving around the flanks and going to be rear charging, I imagine, into these Hungarian battle lines. And without their general there, that's going to be a hard, unit to stay there. The Italians, though, crushing around the Bulgarian flank with their Venetian knights as well. I mean, look how heavily armored these guys are. They're going to be very hard pressed to repel this. But they do have kind of elite spears moving in, though. The Despot Spearmen, even though they are of the early period, moving in. Cavalry, though, charging in. The Doge's bodyguard ripping through these loose formed units. And I mean, this is a pretty heavily armored unit, right? Pretty heavily armored indeed. Artillery coming in as well. This is keeping a lot of pressure off of the city. Oh, that's a huge artillery hit right there. Cavalry going to come in and try and scare off the Doge. Should be okay with that engagement. Has this thing fired yet? Yeah, I guess it... I don't know what it does. It looks like they're on fire, though. I guess it did fire, because there's a lot of smoke going on here, but honestly, I have no idea. It looks cool. I'm sure you guys can let me know in the comments. They also sallied out as well. The Serbians are doing a great job, or Croatians, sorry, are doing a great job of, like, defending, but also being very aggressive and kind of helping out as much as they can to slow up their opponents and give as much aid to them as possible with their cavalry charges. Oh, a breach going down as well, and that allowed the Epirot cavalry to come through and charge into this battle. We are going to be getting the Croatians charging in as well. Again, I think they're just a little bit outmatched. I don't know. The Croatian cavalry does seem pretty heavily armored, though. So they charged in as well to help out. There's heavy fighting on the walls. But I guess what we're all interested in to see how well this goes. I don't know. It seems like the Hungarians and the Bulgarians have kind of steadied the ship, as it were. They've managed to, do a lot of damage to the front lines. And now they're really starting to push their advantage. Obviously, the attackers have more money than the defenders, so these reinforcement armies would have been a bit more lightly armoured. And even though they lost their king, the Hungarians are now moving their infantry around the flanks to chase down these archers and hopefully finish off these reinforcement armies so they can focus on the main part of the battle, which is the city. Because the city is still looking very strong. If we press tab, look how many more units there are just scattered throughout the city. And it seems like Epirus have kind of been repelled. They've committed everything to this kind of initial siege, and because they've attacked alone, they definitely not have the best time with it. Yeah, these are all Venetian. So yeah, it looks like Epirus have almost been claimed. So the question is going to be, can the remaining forces break the defenses with what they have left? Because I think the reinforcement armies are lost in about 5 minutes time. They're going to end up breaking. I guess, yeah, it really comes down to whether or not the reinforcements have done enough damage to allow Croatia to hold this settlement. Because I think they're going to be able to repel Epirus fairly decently, especially with some of these towers up and running, more infantry going in. They have some crossbows pushing in. These are Pavese crossbowmen. I did not realize that Croatia got access to them. I guess they are kind of very close to Italy. I'm sure Venice would have, been trading with them quite regularly. The hell are these arrows? Oh yeah, they're javelins by the looks of it. More cavalry moving in, but it looks like the cavalry are getting slaughtered by the lightly armored javelins, even though the cavalry have now moved in. They're going to quickly be reinforced with some more heavy infantry. Another general has gone down. Who's that this time? I think the Bulgarian general has been slain by the Doge's bodyguard. Makes sense. And we also have the elite infantry right here as well. These guys are not to be messed with. Oh, another general going down as well. Holy crap. So that's both of the attacking generals. The Hungarian generals lost his life. The Bulgarian and Serbian generals lost their life. Both the attacking reinforcements. And now you can see there's a lot of routing going on outside the city. But I mean, looking at it, I honestly do not think they have enough to like turn around and then push back on the city. There's not a lot here. There really isn't. I mean, they have archers and stuff, which is going to be really valuable. I guess we're going to have to wait and see until like this has been completely defeated, because there are still archers left here. There's a few kind of like straggled infantry units now being chased down by the Pavis. But again, these guys have been tired out as well. This is going to have a very interesting climax to the battle for sure. I mean, we've still got 29 minutes left. I obviously will cut out any boring bits we have in the replay, but for the most part, this is just still popping off. It doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. We've got some archer fire coming in, I guess, over the hills. That's probably what the Pavis are shooting at. And the artillery is just looking to destroy these javelins. Even though these javelins have mainly blown their load already with these throws. Doing some serious damage as well. I think they're killing friend and foe alike. But I'm sure it's fine. Oh, it looks like there's been a bit of a breach. If they can destroy this, it'll be so big, because killing these towers is huge. Oh yeah, I forgot the towers as well. That's going to be very hard for the Venetians and the Hungarians to come in if all these towers are operational. The infantry looking to silence them, and that's going to be repelling them again. The defenders, even though they are outmatched and numbers-wise, they're not looking good. I mean, actually, numbers-wise, they're looking pretty good, but there's only a 700-man deficit. The Epirus are doing an amazing job, and I think now we're going to get the assault, because, yeah, all the reinforcements have been completely broken. Besides these couple lone units of archers, I don't think anyone has any cavalry left out here. There's the Doge's bodyguard, which is 21 men, and I assume he doesn't want to lose him. Now all of these forces are going to be flipping around and heading to the city. And I also imagine that they're going to be going towards the Epirus side, so the bit where there's been a breach already. Because I can't imagine they're looking favourably on attacking these towers right here. That is not going to be good at all. Also, that looks so cool as they make their way to the city. Will they arrive in time? That is a question. And I'm also really happy because obviously, like, if this was like a proper game, you would just have, you would just 3v2 the attackers coming in. Because they wanted to make it fun, interesting, kind of feel like more of like a historical battle. They initiated the siege with like a one-on-one, and then whilst everyone else outside of the 2v2. So there's just so much action going on, and I love it when they create these scenario battles. They're so exciting. And if you guys enjoy it, then be sure to go ahead and drop a like and a comment down below, because they will do more of these battles. If you guys show a huge interest in them, they'll be like, oh damn, people love these battles, let's create more of them. So, honestly guys, if you want to see more battles, and it doesn't just have to be on 12.12, on Rise of Mordor, Seven Kingdoms, there's a ton of other, modded games they can do it on. Oh, and there we go, the flamethrowers popping off the Greek fire. Oh man, Greek fire is absolutely wild in this game. It really is. They're definitely going to need to throw in anything they can to keep these Greek fire units alive. We're also going to be having the entirety of the Allies' forces coming over now to try and penetrate the defenses of the city. The Greek fire are running. But I mean, it seems like Epirus are still losing their heavy bowmen. I guess as long as they keep these Greek fire units alive, that's all that matters. But the Croatians are not going to be giving up without a fight. They're going to be chasing these guys down, and I think just charging at them is probably the best case scenario, because if they catch them, holy crap, there's an expensive unit just wiped off the face of the earth. And they are killing a few of them. Every one of them they kill is going to be very useful. We also have a bubble. It seems like the defenders, the Croatians, have kind of enveloped the Emperor infantry here. And if they can cause a chain rout, that'd be absolutely huge, with the help of the towers as well. They might actually achieve that, which would be so big, because every unit they kill, as we've been saying, is just like valuable to them. They managed to rout the javelins. They can rout maybe some of his infantry as well. It seems like they're studying the ship even though they are surrounded. Again, the longer they keep them in place, the more damage these towers can do as well. Ooh, cavalry coming in. We have the Emperor's bodyguard, the Emperor himself, going in against the Croatian general. It's going to be a hard fight on both sides. You can see blood going everywhere. Really, really hard fighting. And I mean, if Croatia lose their general, that's going to be catastrophic for them. The crossbows are over here as well. This is a really good move though, because not only can the crossbows shoot the Greek fire units, they can also help shoot the general and try and kill the Emperor general. And if they kill him, that's going to be big. I don't really know what they're shooting at. I think they're shooting at the general. And then that'll probably give them enough to break this unit, which is already actually pretty close to breaking. Man, I'm really surprised that the Venetians are actually reforming up and not just rushing over to this gap. I mean, we do actually have some, though. This is the last of Epirus going in. Oh, the Greek fire as well. With the artillery getting some big strikes from Croatia there. But the Greek fire still being alive is huge. Got a few infantry units moving in as well. For the most part, though, we're just getting kind of reinforcements. A lot of moving pieces right now. And both sides, I mean, it seems like Croatia have held. They only have 2,500 men left, whereas the attackers have 1,000 more, 3,400. With obviously valuable units like a lot of missiles left, and also the Greek fire units. That's huge. And I think the Croatian general was also going to give his life out here. There is nowhere really to run. In 12-12, if you try and run away from cavalry engagements, you're going to take heavy casualties. Because you're basically taking... Oh my god! That made me jump. That one man just got absolutely wiped out. F in the chat for that one guy right there. I didn't see it coming. I don't think he saw it coming either. Man, imagine like that happening to you in real life. You're just minding your business, hitting away at some plate mail, not really doing much with your sword, and then boom, you get hit by a fiery boulder. Man, and that's going to be it for the Croatian king. I think that's, that's what took him out, is that fiery boulder. And now we're going to be getting the rest of the forces moving in. It seems like, though, they're just going to be looking to attack from multiple directions. Now, this isn't honestly a bad idea. But it does mean we're going to take a lot of casualties. Like, I like what they're doing because they're looking to envelop this inner plaza and stretch the defenders' forces rather than attacking from one direction. And as well as that, these towers do provide some pretty good defenses. Like, a lot of the fire arrows aren't going to be getting any kills whatsoever because of the towers. It's just going to be when they land, it's going to be slow to take them. They're going to have to take these towers at some point, I guess, because they do have some pretty gnarly range. And then they can at least attack from every single position. So for now, we're going to be getting the defenders moving back and the attackers just kind of advancing into the city. So let's skip ahead until they're ready for their final assault. Okay, the assault has now started with a few light probing attacks. We had a few kind of missiles going in to absorb ammunition. This is really the first major assault here. So the Venetians push forward their infantry of the height period. So I think what actually happened is the defenders couldn't use anything past tier 2, but these guys can. So I think the high period is the last one, right? It goes early, high, late, or early, is it early, late, high? I think high is the latest. But anyway, they're going to be pushing forward with their infantry. On the other side as well, we have these Greek fire units who are being bombarded by the artillery. They just do not want these guys to shoot, and it makes sense, right? They'll just devastate the defensive formations as more men fall back inside the defensive perimeter that they have set up. More men being thrown forward to try and break these spearmen. We have some crossbowmen over here looking to break up the defenses. Oh, just bowmen even, sorry. I imagine they're shooting this unit of infantry rather than anything else. Because, they just want to try and break the defenses. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. And they're doing a pretty good job of it. You can see quite a few of these spearmen falling to the arrow fire. But these crossbowmen moving forward. I guess to try and get an angle, and they should now have that angle to start hitting these guys. But yeah, I like what the attackers are doing. They're looking just to break up the spearmen as much as they can, and once again, that's exactly why this unit of crossbows have been brought up, to try and soften the infantry, because if they kill the infantry, then they can quite easily move forward. Also seems like they were just looking to take this tower, but the defenders do not want to give it up without a fight, because these fire arrows do so much damage if left unchecked. Arrow fire going inside the city as well, looking to burn the artillery. Smart move there. A little known fact, which not too many people know about, is you can actually burn artillery with fire arrows. So if your opponent has a lot of missiles left, you'll want to go ahead and use them archer units to go ahead and, you know, set ablaze to their equipment. It does seem like the tower is being captured. It looks like it's being captured slowly but surely. I think maybe another unit of infantry needs to get in here or something. And there you go. The artillery is fully taken out as well, which is pretty huge. The infantry over here, even though they've lost this unit, which is now going to allow this unit to move in, this spear unit right here seems to be holding. Even though they're against some very good units, it doesn't seem like they're breaking. And that's biding the tower back there plenty of time to shoot away and just take out a lot of these heavy medieval knights without much to even worry about. The arrow trails in Medieval 2 as well are actually quite nice. You know, they're thick enough that you can see them in the distance, but they're not like obscure. In Warhammer and in Three Kingdoms, the arrow trails are so gross. Just this massive white line. It really is. Shogun 2 definitely have the best arrows because they were like really sharp in the sky, so they'd always stand out. A very nice unit here as well by the Croatians, the communal spearmen back here. They have some really nice colourful shields. They almost look like Venetians themselves. And they're going to be trying to hold back the might of the Hungarians after losing their king on the battlefield. They're going to be moving in. We also still have one piece of artillery still shooting, looking to kill maybe these, the Varangian Guard back here, or the Epirot equivalent. I think the difference between this and the Varangian Guard is that these guys are more like Saxons. Am I right in saying that? I don't know. Let me know in the comments exactly what they are, because you know it's always. I know you guys have told me a million times, but it's still always interesting to know. More artillery coming in. Are they going to find their mark? Oh, that's a good hit. They are in loose formation, which is obviously the smartest thing they could do. We also have the Emperor coming in as well. As more infantry come over, seems like the Venetians have been called to help out on this side of the battlefield. I mean, how much infantry do they have left over here? Barely any. They've had to go ahead and deploy more over to help the communal spears. Oh, this is a unit of Serbians. How the hell did this unit... Was this unit just left and forgotten about inside the city? Yeah, there's a handful of Serbians in here as well. They must have just started off in the city, I guess, as like a garrison. I have only just realised that 30 minutes into this battle. my bad. The artillery coming in as well. Yeah, looking just to go ahead and kill these guys. But they have managed to repel the attackers. And the Venetians are going to have to go ahead and send these guys in. Obviously, the fire arrows helping out. But they are in shield walls. The shield walls should offer them a pretty nice, decent amount of protection when it comes to the incoming volleys that they'll soon receive. And yeah, there's only really one unit of infantry left, which is now having to be committed over to this other side. But yeah, it looks like either side really has any men left. Again, the attacking count is still in their favor, but they have now had their advantage drew down to like 800 men now, instead of 1,000. So the defenders are making them pay for every single inch. But you know, I feel like as soon as a gap appears, you know, like they need a lot of men to defend every single breach here, and eventually they're not going to have enough, and then it means these crossbows are going to have to go in, and the crossbows are going to really suffer. I also can't believe how much ammunition this artillery piece has. It is getting punished. Oh, we're getting the Greek fire units moving up. Let's see if these guys can get some valuable shots off, because if they can, that could decide the battle right there. Ooh, a lot of crossbow bolts. That guy's a bolt to the shoulder. He's channeling his inner lurks right now. They're going to look to try and get an entire shot off on maybe the infantry. Oh, they do as well. Oh my god, that unit just gets incinerated. I think they want to try and kill the infantry more than anything else. There is only 15 of them left, and I think they might have no more shots left. I think they might have one volley left, but I honestly don't know. Can we see if we press I? Where's ammunition? Is ammunition on there? Yeah, it says they have 0 ammunition now. So I think that was their last fire shot, and maybe it would have been better served on this infantry. But I mean, it's still kind of done its job, right? It's forced the infantry back, so now that they can run through these gaps and start assaulting them. And on that note, we're getting everything pushed forward. Oh, they did have one more shot left. Just one lone shot going off from these archers. And now we're getting these gunners moving in. Yeah, there's a unit of Italian muskets just standing outside, now being rushed into the assault. The infantry fight is very fierce. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw kind of, these communal spears being left to their own devices and the swords being brought back to the city centre. Even though they are now repelling them, that was just a rout. Wow, the Hungarians are falling back, I guess, to get some energy back, and I assume also, yeah, to go through this breach, because by the looks of it, they've had to bring over more of these spearmen to defend this position. Also, I can't believe how well this unit of spears has held. I know it's like, an okay spear unit, but that early period going up against heavy infantry, that's crazy. With the support of more Pavese crossbows going in as well, they've basically repelled the Italian assault. I'm really impressed with how well these spears have held. The gunners are going to look to come in, and we have 2 more units of fresh spears here as well. We also have the Emperor going on a mad dash for this battle. What is he going to go for? Infantry or archers? Huge halberd infantry wielding them weapons. More men being thrown into the fight. If they can break either of these sides, I think it is all over. The cavalry coming in, but the archers are now turning, ready to fire on him as he comes over the hill. Bring him down, bring him down. And there you go, he is routed. The Emperor is gone as a unit of infantry come in to go ahead and support them. I don't know, even though the balance of power is looking awful for them. Yeah, I mean, it does look like they are running out of men. Oh, that's a huge artillery hit right there in the dead center of these crossbowmen. That's going to maybe rout them. That was a big hit right there. A huge hit. And that's going to rout the crossbows. That's 77 men just gone right there. Another artillery strike coming in. And oh my god, we're getting a mass rout. This artillery is coming in clutch. Routing hordes upon hordes of the Epirates. The Croatians are not done yet with the help of their Serbian allies. Oh my god, if these guys rout, that's going to be so big. Because then they can focus all of their effort. They have been broken over here, though, and that's going to flood in and force these brave spearmen who have held and got 116 kills back. Even after this valiant assault, I just don't think they have enough. We're getting an infantry fight down here, though, but once again, the Croatians are putting up an admirable fight. These arrow towers are really coming in clutch as well. I think without these arrow towers, they wouldn't get as many kills as they have been getting, and that would have just really, kind of pushed forward and struggled. But with that coming in, that is huge. And the infantry, I think, are just flooding in, even with the artillery strikes. God, this artillery piece has got a lot of kills. And it still has a lot of ammunition. It only says 83. Is actually a bit more than 83. Or 84 now. For some reason, Attila, the kill count doesn't count burning kills. So when the artillery hits, it gets a set amount of kills. And then it also then applies fire to the unit around it. So it doesn't count the kills it gets from burning people. And oh, this is huge. If this unit of spears breaks, I think it's going to be all over. It really is. And actually, I say that there's more infantry being committed, but it's going to leave this side very vulnerable. And if they can get these guns into kind of range, oh, that's a big artillery hit. Look at that. Very big artillery hit. If they can get these guns around the corner and start shooting, which I think a few of them are now doing, that's going to be a big morale shock. And these spears are very close to routing already, as more and more spears, the last reserves charging in. The guns are very close to routing with these artillery strikes coming in as well. This battle is going down to the wire. But I just don't think the Croatians, Serbians and Bulgarians have enough to claim this one. But I mean, a good artillery hit, 3 of these units break. Oh my god, yeah, but their lines are breaking though, no. Oh, they just need the artillery to do a little bit more. The crossbows are... No, come on, crossbows, fire already. No, they're having to be forced to charge in. Are they going to get a shot off first? No, they had to put out their weaponry. But get repelled pretty heavily by that spear charge. The artillery coming in again. Oh, we got kind of a cross artillery platform as well. Hitting the guns, which is nice. I just don't think they have enough in the form of defense. The crossbows fell back looking to get a shot off before they have to engage. There's been a breach round here as infantry come round to silence this artillery piece. And I think the city is going to fall, but man, oh man, what a fight that was. That was absolutely insane. That really, really was. And oh my god, that spear unit just broke. It might be not over. It might literally not be over yet. If these crossbows can maybe force rout, oh my god. Are they actually going to do it? If this artillery needs to hit these guys and hurt their morale. I literally have no idea who's going to win this. This artillery shot could literally be so big. Direct hit right there. Are they going to break? I'm literally like just gobsmacked about what's happening here, but there's even a chance that they could win this. The guns are rushing now, and I think that's all she wrote. Yeah, I can't see them winning now. What a valiant defense though, and even up to the end, if they could have just got maybe some fire arrows in there or something and caused that mass rout. Oh boy, that battle would have turned on its head. They have one more artillery shot. I think this is the last one. It's a direct hit. They couldn't ask for anything better. But oh, that unit routed! A mass rout? Oh my god, they literally might bring this back. Because if they can break these guys over on the left-hand side, it's Tunis and infantry they can just free up and bring back to the fight. There's some archers coming in as well over here. Oh, these crossbows are coming around for the defenders. Another artillery shot. Where are they getting all this ammo from? Oh, the unit's broken. The guns should be able to make their way around the flank, though. And you can see that volley of guns going in right there on the archers. If they break it, I think the infantry just floods in. These crossbows coming around. I think maybe these crossbows should have ran back inside the city. Only 26 seconds left. I think, yeah, now that unit's broken, the guns are coming in as well, doing some serious damage to the back of these PVs. And yeah, as soon as they break, everything's going to go. Holy crap, what a battle that was. The defenders put up such a good effort towards the end of that. That was insane. And I'm also very happy there wasn't any desyncs, because we had a desync in the last Rise of Mordor battle. So I'm really happy we didn't get one in this Croatian engagement, because that would have really have sucked. So let's see the kills. I'm very interested to see if anyone got like a crazy amount. So we'll start off by looking at the two outward forces. So we'll take a look at the Bulgarian army, which kind of got wiped away, but definitely did a decent amount of damage. The Tsar's bodyguard with 141 kills, the archers with a decent amount, and the artillery doing a nice amount. The defenders as well, actually inside the settlement, valiant defense of these crossbows. The other force as well, the Serbians, a lot of kills on their cavalry as always. And the general unit as well with 188 kills is very nice. Then for the attackers, we have the Hungarian archers over 100 kills, and this infantry unit as well with 186, and this one with 183. These spearmen look really cool as well. I like their thumbnail. We have the Venetian of the Doge, 284 kills. I think he is, done a great job. And 300 kills on the Venetian foot infantry. I really dig as well that there's loads of custom thumbnails being added for all these factions. Rather than just kind of the same unit getting the same thumbnail. They've really done a great job of updating all of these, so massive hats off to them. It will make the factions feel so unique in the custom campaign. And then finally, Epirus, who took that main assault. Their Greek fire units, 121. A couple units with over 100 kills on their infantry. And this unit right here as well with 243. So if you guys enjoyed this and want to see more cool custom scenario battles like King of the Hill, your reinforcements but in land battles and forts and other sieges, and any other ideas you can think of, put them down in the comments down below. Drop a like and obviously subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in a minute. And also, finally, a massive shout out to the guys who recorded this. All 6 of you guys absolutely killed it. It was an awesome battle. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.